We just should have a little outline of things. I know that people don't want to hear these things sometime, you know, it get disturbing. You understand? But some of our mind need to be disturbed because we take things just like that without investigation. We need to investigate these things, you know. You need to ask your person. Boy, I hear Muta talk some foolishness on the radio, you know, about Yahshua and all these things. How them get that name there from? Maybe some of the person them don't even know the name Yahshua. You know, see it. But if you really want to know, you will know. If you really want to know, you will know. Yahshua is the name, is the Hebrew name. And the translation of Yahshua is not Jesus. The translation of Yahshua is Joshua. So the word Joshua is really an English version of the name Yahshua. Because the Hebrews don't have no J in them alphabet. So most of the time when you hear the Y, them put the Y on it. And in like the Greeks, Jesus Christos, because even in Ethiopia, there's no name for Jesus in Amharic. The name that the Ethiopian use is a Greek word. Jesus Christos is a Greek word. So we ask the question, where did this name come from? Jesus. That people have said there's no name that man can be saved, but it's in the name of Jesus. Look how long black people are ball out about Jesus and them things that get worse. Things that get worse for we. Believe you me. Look how much corruption there is. So corruption over here. So I'm talking about corruption. As we are talking about corruption too, you know, the premier of Cayman. I don't know how much people hear this, you know, the premier of Cayman, you know. Big premier. The beauty about this is that him no higher than the law. So them arrest the premier of Cayman for corruption, for whole heap of different things. In a Jamaica, you'd have never hear that. What? Prime Minister get held for corruption? No. Minister of Finance get held for corruption? You not hear that in a Jamaica at all. But the problem with it, you know, is like thief, you know, like thief with long bag, you know, like a thief can't come tell you, say, you're too thief. And the Cayman man, the premier, said Jamaica is a very corrupt place. Can you imagine this man saying Jamaica is a corrupt place? And now we see him get held for corruption in him country. That's why I say, if you're a thief, you can't go cuss thief. You can't go cuss a thief and say, you're too thief. And you're around the corner a thief too. So, we're going to see how that go pan out, you know. Because him done throw net over Jamaica already. And we're going to see how we're going to happen with him. Because them not like Jamaican, when we go down there, you know, it's like a problem. Can I remember say Jamaica used to almost like run Cayman, you know. But it's a problem when Jamaican go down there, so should them have offshore banking and whole heap of things are going on for them, it's like them forget certain things. And we who really outlawed and rebellious, when we go down there, we go on like say, we don't want to deal with all the people them deal with them things. So it's a two-way thing. But the premier who are ball about corruption get held for corruption. You know, Marcus Garvey have a thing where we talk about where the leaders them must be put to death if them find themselves in a corrupted way. But Marcus Garvey talk about some things in the 1920s. I suggest something right now and tell me how me sound. Tell me how me sound when I suggest it. Because we need something for all these politicians in Jamaica accountable. Now, I am suggesting that when a politician put up himself for a vote, meaning say now you're going to vote for him, the politicians should have a manifesto, individual manifesto. For instance, the Minister of Education should have a manifesto declaring what him intend to happen, what him intend to do in the 5 years before the next election. If the Minister of Finance, him supposed to have a manifesto declaring what him going to do in the 5 years that he's there. I am suggesting, in order to make the thing not look highfalutin, because really and truly, these people have a highfalutin way of talking things and promising things and don't fulfill it. But we want to suggest something. So we did that suggest something. You don't know the people them see. Tell me how me sound. Me that talk about a way for curb corruption amongst politicians. Because we see, as I said before, in a Cayman, them all the highest man in a Cayman, them arrest him. We don't see that in Jamaica. But instead of we complaining all the while, me I suggest something I know. Me I say, when a politician win the election, like for instance, here a man say he's a minister of this, minister of that. I am seeing that every person who claim ministership should have a manifesto, individual manifesto of what them intend to do in the 5 years that them present themselves as servants of the people. So you have goals supposed to set. So the Minister of Health supposed to have a thing where say, well, in the next 5 years, we're going to build 2 hospitals, we're going to have clinic for that. The Minister of Education say, well, we're going to look now, so we're going to have certain school, we're going to have that amount of school. The Minister of Finance are going to say, well, boy, right now, we're going to get certain portion of money and do certain things. The Minister of Road Work supposed to build certain road. So every one of the minister them supposed to have this chart, layout, that the people them can know. And if the 5 years pass and them don't fulfill it, out of natural disaster and war, if we don't have no natural disaster and we don't come to no war with nobody, if them don't fulfill it in the 5 years, them should have got jail. And I am feeling that if them know so them are going to go jail, them now go promise the people them no without promises. Them now go promise the people them nothing where them I go say, boy, right now, I'm going to promise you that I know so them can't fulfill it. Because politicians like Jamaica, them love promise people things where them know say, them nah fulfill. And I am seeing that this is one of the way to lessen the promises when politicians promise people in Jamaica. If the politician in Jamaica did know say to underachieve in 5 years means say ain't going to go to jail. And the penalty should be 5 years in jail for underachievement. Because politicians in Jamaica don't go to jail for corruption. Them always find a way to go around it and maneuver it and circle around it. But you see them I say no, so them are going to stop people from going through airport if them taxes not up to standard. If your taxes is not up to standard, you can't go foreign. Politicians don't go to jail in Jamaica for corruption because them find a way to go around it. If the politicians in Jamaica didn't know, say, them going to go to prison 5 years after them get elected because them did say them going to build a road from Spanish Town, go to Manning and thing, and them don't fulfill it. Them know, say them going to go to jail. Them wouldn't promise way. Them would have said, well, we're going to build it, we're going to just build it, go from Spanish Town to Bagwak. Them wouldn't have this long, highfalutin thing. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of Defense, the Minister of these people who are talking about crime gone down. Them should have a thing where show you say, all right, so tell me something. The crime rate is terrible now. What are you going to do for the crime rate in Jamaica? And make them tell me what I'm going to do. And if them don't do it, in 5 years, them should go to prison. I saw me a seat. Oh, me sound. How is it that all of we are talking about politicians corrupt, and we never say one of them a go prison yet go sit down in a GP? We don't have no politician will sit down in a GP. And every day you hear people say the politician them corrupt, politician corrupt. What is making them so immune to police arrest and also sentencing? Or we can catch other people in them corruption. But these ministers who we claim, because the people them put the ministers them there and the people them turn around and don't like them because them say, boy, them man ain't do nothing for we, you know. And Jamaica, poor people are ball, even though the politicians them say them do things, but the poor people them are ball. So none of the people them who supposed to do things to the people them not going to prison. And we don't really want people who go to prison, you know, but me know say Jamaican people that feel better if them see a man do something wrong and say, yes, police arrest the minister, you know, because of certain things, them arrest him. We don't really want to see nobody go to prison, but somebody need to go to prison, Rasta, because the thing get away. The thing stay away, and we don't know.
Yeah, Mota.
Blessed man.
The plan there, if it's for going to practice, first of all, you have too much people in prison. And Jamaica people don't like them leaders, them kind of way.
No, but you know, it's just a suggestion, because if a whole heap of people are going to prison, that for sure how terrible the thing is.
It is that bad, bro.
That for sure how terrible it is, because if me a suggest that you say, why the prisoner go pack up.
Them leaders, them kind of way. Then look how much corruption go on and wickedness go on, and people actually could know where go on.
Yes.
And nothing about it.
Yes.
I mean, we can go right back from Green Bay, come right up.
May I tell you?
And things people know where go on.
Yeah. All them people that were involved in a Green Bay. Oh, come in here, and them all dead and gone, and them not get no arrested.
But them have inquiry and things come out and not never.
Them turn national hero.
And not never go on about that.
Yeah. Look on all the other day when them have the man at Phelps and Phillips and all these things.
But even before that, Omar Davis did talk one thing when him said him run with it.
With the people their money.
After that one big tax package that for carry kit. Not never go on.
Sir.
And all these things go on and not never go on.
May I tell you?
So the people mentality, and then you have some people them call the university people, what them call them?
Intellectuals.
Yes. And the media people, them not help the people understand what because most of them depend on the side of the corruption.
Yes. So
it's a whole big conspiracy, and until we get
against the people
to unwind and get in between that, it's never change.
Yeah, well, because I suggest it, because I feel say it will help to prevent a whole heap of corruption.
A brilliant suggestion, but it's to the people who bringing that
yeah, and then control the system. And the same corrupted people there.
Yeah, man, so that now come in. And the same people who are bringing that policy, and the people in that jail. So they're not bringing that.
Yeah, all right, sir. Blessed man.
Blessed, my brother.
Yes. All right, no. Yeah.